Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt, and it is finally Fiendish Friday. Yes, 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 folks. TGIF is finally upon us. First and foremost, I do hope you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully you get to get out and enjoy the weather wherever you're at. Hopefully you get to watch some great movies or binge watch some awesome series, whatever it is you do to keep yourself happy. Hopefully you get to do that. And I do hope you guys are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, whenever it is you're watching this. I hope you're having a great time with your family, friends, loved ones, because life's too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I see them up over that 300 marker. I am so happy to see each and every one of your faces, especially you new faces. Everybody that has been here from new or old, always look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with if there's an MPAA rating, which most of the time I do not have a rating on there because it is a lot of the movies I watch haven't been rated by the Motion Picture Association of America. So do keep that in mind. There's also going to be some trivia in there, and then there's also going to be a link for a trailer or a scene, which today there is definitely a trailer for it. There is some nice little trivia in there as well. So you got a little bit of information that you can always look at in the description box if you want to know any more about the daily film. So just keep that in mind, please. Anyways, got that out of the way. Let's move on to the movie of the day. Today's is a very special one to me. It's one that I've enjoyed for gosh, probably 20 years now. It's one that I got to see when I was about 16 or 17 years old for the first time. So what? Gosh, that's 24 years ago. So it's 23, 24 years ago. It's been a hot minute. So yeah. It's been a while. Anyways, let's move on to what we got. This one came out all the way back in 1976. So this one is a little bit older. It's 44 years old. Definitely one that sticks with you throughout the time. Is none other than Bloodsucking Freaks. And I have both the old DVD release of this, which is the director's cut, which is, I believe, a completely different runtime than both of the cuts on here, because you have Bloodsucking Freaks, the regular cut, and then you also have the Sardu and the Screaming Virgins cut, which is a 100% uncut viewing experience by itself. So you got to go for the Sardu and the Screaming Virgins cut to really get the full effect of this film, in my opinion. But now, as far as special features go, they're both completely different. The old DVD has quite a bit more, in my opinion. It has the Troma intelligence test. It has the tour of the Troma building. What else does it have in there? There's interactive, tour of Troma. There is an introduction by Lloyd Kaufman, which I can't remember. I think there's one on here as well. And then there's an audio commentary on this one with Eli Roth, which I believe is also on this one as well, because there is, no, there's not an audio. Oh, wait, no, there is. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought there was, but yes, there is an audio commentary on here with him. And then there's also new interviews with Eli Roth and Chris Jericho. I did not watch the Eli Roth interview because I am not a fan of the man. His films just do nothing for me. I'm sorry if you are a fan of his stuff, but they are just not for me. I'm just going to leave it at that and call it good. Anyways, now this one, like I said, came out in 76. The cut I am watching is the Sardu and the Screaming Virgins cut, which is this was also known as the Incredible Torture Show, which is the acronym is TITS, which is kind of fun. I like the Incredible Torture Show the best out of the three titles for this one. Bloodsucking Freaks doesn't really fit very much, along with this old artwork. This old artwork is horrendous, and this is exactly what it was on VHS when I saw it years and years and years ago, back in the 90s. And this artwork does no justice for the film. This stuff never happens in it. I don't know why it's even there. Now, this artwork definitely does it a lot more justice, because you got both your Sardu character, you got Ralphus, Seamus, and then you also got your Natasha DiNatale character, which is your three of your main stars of the entire film, along with Tom Maverick, who is your stud. He's basically your Joe Namath of the movie. Natasha DiNatale, I think they said she was the Anna or whatever Marakova, and Natalie Marakova or whatever her name was. And then there's also a critic, Creasy something. I forget exactly what his last name was, but he is based off of another character, from what I've been told, based off of a film, not a film critic, but a theater critic, I believe is what he was. Clive something, I can't remember exactly. And then you got your police detective, your hardened police detective, who happens to be crooked as a curlicue. You know, the guy is definitely not a good cop. The guy is scum, in my opinion. He's the kind of cop that makes good cops look bad. Just saying. Anyways, this one, like I said, the cut I watched is an hour and 31 minutes. The regular cut runs at an hour and 29 minutes. And this director's cut, I believe, runs at an hour and 29 or 30 minutes. So I believe you got three different cuts of the film with all three of these. Because there's things in this one that I don't remember from the regular cut in here. But the Sardu cut is definitely 100% uncut. Now, this one stars Seamus O'Brien, Viju Krem, Niles McMaster, dang, man. Matt, you are stumbling over your words. Dan Fauci, Alan Dellay, Ernie Pysher, Pysher. Pysher, Pysher. Luis de Jesus, which I love him. He plays Ralphus, who is my favorite character of the entire movie. I'm not going to lie, I am a huge fan of Ralphus, and you cannot get enough of him in this movie. I'm not going to lie. We got Helen, Thompson, Ellen, Faison, Alphonso, DeNoble, Lynette, Sheldon, and Rita Montone. And this is directed by none other than Joel M. Reed. And like I said, this is Bloodsucking Freaks. Great movie. Now, as far as any kind of other special features, I think I gave you everything that's on both of these that is worth the watch. As far as your special features go, I think this one has the Radiation March, and then it's also got Troma Aloha on there, which I didn't watch that feature. I got a little lazy with the features on this one. I didn't have a chance to get through all of them. I watched what I wanted to watch, so I've already seen the Radiation March, and I've seen all the trailers that are in there. I had no desire to watch the Eli Roth interview, so that's it. Alright, now get on to the movie. What is it about? It is about this guy named Sardu, who basically what he does is he runs this kind of like Grand Guignol type show that runs off of Broadway. It's a Soho play that he does, the bondage, S&M, erotic, like very visceral, very violent, misogynistic, mean-spirited stuff. Like, the guy is all about the bondage, the bondism. Because, like, he at one point they have him or not him, but one of the female characters that they go through brutally torturing and doing all these things to, they have her hold a rope in her mouth while there is a guillotine up above her head, and she has to hold the rope in her mouth, and all the while they are caning her in the ass. Very memorable scene. It definitely sets the tone and the spirit for this movie just by that alone. Even though that scene is further in the movie, just by the beginning of the movie, you can tell what you're in store for, because it is very brutal in its way. The special effects are a little wonky by today's standards, I'm not gonna lie, but the story still stands out very, very good. It's very predominantly like deviant. It is a messed up story. And like I said, he runs this off Broadway show where he does all these debaucherous things to these women. Where right away you get to see him his partner in crime, Ralphus, putting this girl through a thumb vice, and then he shortly there puts her head into a vice as well, and kills her that way. Very angry little fellow, but he's fun. He walks around and he's all like, he's fun. I love Ralphus. Ralphus eats eyeballs. Ralphus likes to play games on people. He shoots them in the back of the neck with a blow dart to make them fall asleep. There's a scene where they go to pick up this the Creasy character, it sounds like I'm saying greasy, but his name is Creasy. The critic, they go to kidnap the critic at this art show, and they have this woman who's in this trench coat, and she's got this like fedora hat on, and she's all like looking down, and the guy's all like, "Oh, this is such and such, reminds me of so and so Rembrandt's blah 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 blah." He didn't say Rembrandt. I'm just throwing that in there, just as an example. But she quit. He's like, "Oh, I think I know you. Who are you?" And she opens up her trench coat, and she's got a dildo taped to her stomach. She's completely naked, and it's just like, what the fudge did I just see? It kind of reminded me of Pink Flamingos when the guy is tying meat to his dong and he's going around and flashing people. It kind of reminded me of that in ways. It was just so wrong. But as he's distracted, Ralphus shoots him in the neck, and he passes out. They get him back to the place. They're holding him not hostage, but they're keeping him against his will. They've kidnapped him, and they're going after the Natasha DiNatale character, who is a very prominent ballerina on Broadway, and she is. They say she will never ever dance for Sardu. Blah blah blah. He basically puts her through the ringer with all these different torture methods, such as sound torture, watching other people get tortured in front of her. Like I said earlier, with the rope in the mouth, with the guillotine, she gets to witness that, and she gets to also witness another ballerina get her feet chopped off. Something that they really put her through the ringer for torturing her in other ways. Visually, mostly. So they go to kidnap her, and they're going to do this off-Broadway show that involves her killing the critic with her ballerina skills. The whole scene that involves that is very wonky. It is very artistically shot, though. I will admit this movie has a lot of artistic value. It is extremely well made, considering what its content is about. Granted, like I said earlier, the effects don't hold up to nowadays standards. They are very bad effects, I will say that. The only thing that looks good are the eyeballs, and those aren't even human eyeballs. They're cow eyeballs, and it's very obvious that they're not human, because they're like way bigger than the human eyeball. So it's one of those things that's kind of funny thinking about that, because I remember there's a scene where Ralphus is cooking a bunch of them in a skillet, and I just remember laughing because they're trying to pull it off like they're human eyes, I believe, if memory serves me correct. Very, very silly. Now, as far as anything else on what it's about, it's basically, what else do you have? Other than there's a little love story between Natasha DiNatale and this quarterback named Tom Maverick, who is the hot shot quarterback for the whatever team they have for the show. They say that it is based off of Joe Namath, Broadway Joe Namath. Smith's character. So he could be, he's kind of got that swagger of a Broadway Joe. I'm not gonna lie. But there's a whole love story between him and the Natasha character. When she gets kidnapped, he calls the police, which that thing's funny. When he calls the police, they want him to leave a message, a description of the crime, a description of the perpetrators, and like when it happened. And it's like on a voicemail. Like, are you serious? In a big city, this is the best you can do is a voicemail. And like 3 days later, the cop finally shows up, and he's this like arrogant like schmuck that throws out the word capiche a little too much. He throws it out there like 2 or 3 times, if memory serves me correct. I remember him just being a really obnoxious character from beginning to end. Like my least favorite character of the whole movie, I will say, by far. The quarterback character is kind of lame as well. They are very dry, boring characters. The cop claims to be a fan of ballets, so he knows everything that the Natasha DiNatale character has done. Which, if you haven't noticed, I like saying Natasha DiNatale. It's very fun to say. Say it with me, folks. Natasha DiNatale. Isn't it fun? But the cop is crooked as can be, and he ends up he wants a $10,000 bribe to basically go and do his job because he feels like it could just be swept under the carpet and no one ever care, which the way the cops are in this movie, it wouldn't surprise me. So he comes and meets Sardu, and he decides he's going to put the grip on the moves on Sardu and start to blackmail him. Which Sardu is running a white slavery trade ring, which is by today's standards that it would be human trafficking. He is running a very funny human trafficking ring that they put the girls in cardboard boxes and ship them around the world that way through regular shipping, which I found to be just ridiculously funny. I don't know why, but there's stuff in here that is supposed to have humor like that, something to break the monotony of everything that's going on in this movie, because it is like I've said before, it is a very debaucherous, very deviant film. This is not one for everyone, in my opinion. It will turn some folks off because it's so old. It will turn some folks off because of its content, and then it will turn some folks off by the fact that it's released by Troma. Some people just do not have any love for Troma, and I can get that. I understand Troma is not for everyone, and I'm glad it is not. That's the beauty of Troma. Now, as far as anything else on the storyline, I don't want to say anything else. As far as ratings go, this thing's probably a 4 out of 5 when it comes to a technical side. It works very well. It keeps a very good momentum. The actors are on point. Like, I can't say anything wrong about the Sardu and the Ralphus characters. They are so good. I'm glad that this movie is basically built around them, because they are worth the price of admission. They are exactly what to watch it for. Now, as far as an entertainment side goes, that acting carries over and adds to that entertainment and makes it just pop, in my opinion. It just really makes it feel effective and feel like it's doing its job. It makes you feel dirty, which that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel dirty watching, and it definitely has a grimy East Coast feel to it. I'm not gonna lie, I really, really enjoy it. There's some really weird deaths in here. Like I said, there's the girl with the guillotine. There's a whole thing with these girls that are trapped down below Sardu's like mansion or whatever you want to call it, his building that he owns, that he's got trapped down there, and they're completely naked and they've gone cannibalistic, feral type women, and it ends with a funny scene where they're eating a one of them's eating a sandwich that has a very obviously fake penis inside of it, which is hilarious, the way they end it with that. I usually don't give away too much with endings, but that's one of those I really wanted to push out there because I think it's just so funny and over the top. It kind of reminded me of the penis scene in Street Trash. If you've ever seen Street Trash, that's a great one. I did review that one. I believe I reviewed that like months and months and months ago, but that's a great movie. I love Street Trash. I might rewatch it this weekend. Anyways, an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, that's what I give this movie. I think it's totally earns that score. It is a top-notch movie. Alright guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope you all have a great weekend, like I said at the beginning of the video. I'll see you all on Monday with something fresh and new. I'm not 100% what I got lined up for next week. I got a couple of them that I'm going to throw in there that for sure, but I'm off on like 2 days. I still got 2 days I need to figure something out for. Alright guys, love your faces.